bi mu continuer di ko xool nag
As he continued to contemplate the divine name Allah before him, guided by mysterious and diffuse voices, one of these voices resonated within him, commanding him to recite a specific number of times. When he inquired about the nature of this recitation, the mysterious voice replied, "Recite in the name of your Lord, the word that is about to resonate." The essential point at that moment was to understand that, in the same way the mysterious voice had ordered him to perform this zikr, recite in the name of your Lord, his mind immediately recalled the Quranic verse and the words once revealed to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, echoed in his mind. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Iqra bismi rabbika allazi khalaq. This was the understanding he grasped through the command. However, he asked about the nature of the recitation, adding, "For when I came here, I knew only one term, Allah, and it is through Him that I am able to contemplate these mysteries. And since I have stayed in this wondrous place, I have heard only one divine name, the one that resonated with the luminous fuyudat, distilling the sound Ya Shafi. Thus, between these two names, which one should I recite?" The being seated within the name Allah informed him that, to achieve this, he would connect him to the angelic realm in a space where specific angels are permitted to recite this invocation, so that he could join them in their zikr. The holder of inner vision replied, "I remain attentive." At that very moment, he saw the being, whose voice resonated within the name, release a ball of light from the alif of Allahu. This ball ascended along a path until it reached heights inaccessible to his inner vision, and suddenly it burst like a thunderbolt, scattering. Some of the luminous fuyudat descended to merge into the divine reality within the name Allah, while others dispersed into the divine environment where he was situated. Radiant beams from the ball then surged to create an intermediary space in the angelic realm, Alamul Malakut. Connected to this space, the visionary heard the creatures of Alamul Malakut. He observed how these angels were closely gathered and meticulously aligned, their wings gently touching one another in a splendid seated posture. He noticed that, in their unique nature, these angels possessed a double oral opening, one mouth with a tongue on the front of their head, and another similar one on the opposite side. Some of them had 1,000 heads, others 100, and those with the fewest had no less than 50 heads. Their wings were structured in numbers of 50,000, 1,000, and those with the fewest had at least 100. What intrigued him in his vision was the harmonious way they were firmly fused and interwoven in their seated position, like clusters of leaves from a mysterious tree. He perceived them with manifest clarity and detected the sound of their voices, resonating in unison with a remarkable tone.
Ya Latif, Ya Latif, Ya Latif, Ya Latif, Ya Latif, Ya Latif.
He listened again to this wondrous dhikr.
Ya Latif, Ya Latif, Ya Latif, Ya Latif, Ya Latif, Ya Latif.
Once more, he listened intently.
Ya Latif, Ya Latif, Ya Latif, Ya Latif, Ya Latif, Ya Latif.
And marveled at what he witnessed. The being seated within the Ismuzati then addressed him, "Have you not now heard and discovered the name? Proceed with the recitation using the customary number that has been granted to you." He asked, "What customary number?" For the being had only mentioned the customary number without specifying the actual figure. In response to his question, a ball of light emerged from the letter Ha'un of Allah, forming a particular inscription, Bilutfi. Along this inscription, he saw each of its letters reflecting a number above it, except for one. On the ba, he perceived the number 9. On the fa'un, the number 1. And on the lam, he saw the number 2. Assessing the structure of these three letters, fa'un, lam, and ba, and measuring them against the scale of infused science, he finally understood that the number 129 constituted the customary number, derived from the digits 1, 2, and 9. Wondering how he would count this, the majestic being of the Ismuzati, with his piercing voice, advised him to count using his fingers. The holder of inner vision then turned his fingers, folding them one after another at the end of each recitation, Ya Latif, Ya Latif, Ya Latif, until he completed the customary number. However, he was struck with amazement upon reaching the 129th recitation, for he suddenly heard the mysterious voice of the being declaim a verse he recognized. إِنَّمَا أَمْرُهُ إِذَا أَرَادَ شَيْئًا أَنْ يَقُولَ لَهُ كُنْ فَيَكُونُ. Surah 36, verse 82. He noticed the unique resonance of the word kun. At that precise moment, the holder of inner vision felt a special light integrate into him, boosting this mystical spiritual strength and power, enabling him, for the first time, to probe the content of the letter alif, the lam, and the ha'un. His vision, although spiritual, was so intense that he could even feel the essence of these different entities, comparable to a man viewing a lamp until he feels the incandescent heat of the latter project itself on his eye, causing tears. Amid this intense sensation of heat, the visionary became concerned about the potential risk of this luminous amplification melting his being. As he pondered this, the voice of the being resonated once more. For the first time, he was able to discern the contours of his face and recognize this being, designated as Ruhoul Quduuss. His message was, "You have been granted the fath'u. The great opening, Fath'oul Kabir, has been bestowed upon you." At the end of this announcement, the holder of inner vision addressed him again, asking Ruhoul Quduuss to teach him what the Fath'oul Kabir was. The majestic being replied, "I will condense it for you into a single term that encapsulates everything you have contemplated, along with the zikr you have performed." He revealed the reality. بِلُطْفِ لَطِيفٍ كُنْ فَتْحُ. Following this sublime and mysterious teaching, he then witnessed the beginning of a substantial metamorphosis within Ruhoul Quduuss. The alif dissolved to take form of a sea. The lam did the same, as did the ha'un. However, each of these oceans had an owner.